Welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about the bullwhip effect in a supply chain. So this bullwhip effect occurs in a supply chain when the small changes in the demand of the downstream supply chain having the impact, or you can say having the huge effect on the upstream position of the supply chain. Okay, so that is basically occurring due to the communication problems. Okay, that is also due to the inherent transportation delays. Okay, maybe due to the huge order quantity. So that is basically mainly occurring due to the communication problems, or you can say due to the transportation delay towards the downstream of the supply chain. So as we know that what is a supply chain, that is starting from supplier to manufacturer to distributor to retailer and the customer orders. Okay, so normally when we are talking about the effect of the downstream supply chain, because we are considering starting the value chain of that is from the customer towards the supplier. So when the customer orders, okay, so due to the forecasting, so retailer order to the distributor a huge quantity compared to the what he has forecasted due to the you can say wrong method of the forecasting or not accurate prediction of the forecasting methods. Okay, and then distributor order the quantity higher than what it is needed. So due to these small fluctuations, we will see there is a waving impact, or you can say a higher ordering size up towards the upstream supply chain. So these whips, or you can say these small changes in a supply chain causes the bullwhip effect. Okay, so like we are saying in a supply chain terms, these small flicks increase or decrease in the original forecast demand having the impact towards the upstream supply chain or upstream echelons of the supply chain. Okay, or we can say the tiers in the supply chain. So that's why in a upstream they need to maintain certain stock level. Okay, and they need to produce huge quantity or the more quantity than it is needed. So now let's talk about what are the causes behind it. That's where the bullwhip effect occurs in a supply chain. So the first major cause is that is the demand forecasting updating, because in every echelon or every tier of the supply chain forecasted the demand by itself and produce the quantity based on its forecasted demand. Okay, and they are not connecting with the downstream. So that's why whenever the based on the forecasted demand from the downstream, they predict the quantity more, and they produce more quantity as compared to the demand. That is due to the forecasting techniques. Okay, so that's where they ordered more quantity. Okay, so the first reason of the bullwhip effect, that is the poor demand forecasting. Okay, the second one is that is order batching. So order batching means due to the expensive of ordering and transport activities, maybe due to the poor material requirement planning platforms. So that's where they place the customer place the order at different time intervals, as well as order from the multiple customers. So they normally order the more quantity compared to the demand. So due to the multiple demand of the customers or multiple side from demand from the customers, so at a certain point of the supply chain, the you can say the demand of the product increases. So that's where we start ordering in a supply chain huge quantity. That's why the bullwhip effect occurs. So when I am saying the huge quantity, that mean at certain supply chain, maybe at a retail stage, maybe at a wholesale, maybe at a manufacturing stage. Okay, and wherever that point of sale occurs, so we start ordering the huge quantity. That's where the bullwhip effect occurs. The third cause is that is due to the price fluctuation, mainly due to the mean you can say the promotional activities. Okay, so promotional activities are also causing this bullwhip effect, that is due to the fluctuation in the prices. So that's where the demand start increasing, and we have to maintain the larger inventory, or you can say we have to order the large inventory. That's where the bullwhip effect occurs in the supply chain. The fourth one is basically rationing and gaming. Okay, that is the fear from the customer and that they may change the order, they may cancel the order. Okay, so that's where we are ordering huge quantity. Okay, that's also creating the bullwhip effect. Now let's discuss how we can minimize these causes. Okay, by addressing these issues. So the first one is we can improve the forecast demand. How we can improve? By using the point of sales data. And how we can get this point of sales data? We can use the electronic data interchange support system through the supply chain partners. However, we would be able to get the exact point of sales data that in order to predict the future demand. That is the one way we can control the bullwhip effect. Another way we can control it, we should break up the order batching by placing the small order more frequently, which means first of all, we order the cost by lowering down using the electronic systems such as emails or other systems, and we can control the transportation cost uh, by, uh, by by getting the mixed product order quantity and full the truck with the different products from the customers. Okay, that is the demand from the side of the customers. The third one, we can stabilize the price by decreasing the use of promotions activities. Okay. The fourth one, we can eliminating the gaming, or you can say we should start reducing the proportional activities, and then we should only rely on the historical demand, and then we closely work with the customers in order to work exactly or to make the production smooth. However, we would be able to reduce the bullwhip effect. The fifth one is we can restrict the customer that it should not return its unsold product. Okay, as well as the most important one, we should improve the supplier relationship. That is with the help of collaborative planning and forecasting and replenish system. That means we should communicate with all the supply chain partners in order to talking about if we are going to you can say start promoting something, or we are going to provide some discounts, or as well as we are should talk about the inventory levels. Okay, and actual demand of the order. Okay, so this collaborative forecasting, planning, forecasting, replenishment system is a very good system in order to control the bullwhip effect. So as we talk about that, in a collaborative process in the supply chain trading, all the partners are working jointly in order to get the information about the exact demand of the customer. Okay, about the delivery of the raw material on time. However, we would be able to produce according to the actual demand instead of only the forecasted demand. So when all the partners in the supply chain, starting from customer, retailer, and manufacturer and supplier, collaborative way, then they would be able to reduce this bullwhip effect. So I hope you got the idea what is a bullwhip effect, what are the causes, and how we can control them. Okay, so thank you so much. See you in the next video.